Elvis, the atmosphere's bobbing. Grab that tambourine.
All right, Dad, let's kick a good beat.
Meat pie, sausage roll. Come on, Oldham, gives a go. Meat pie, sausage roll. Come on, Oldham, gives a go. Ooh, we got a corner. Ooh, we got a corner.
Greetings and welcome to episode 20 of Pork Pie Sausage Roll. Come on, Oldham, give us a goal. It's the start of the new season in the Championship. As you know, we finished mid-table last season and kind of did okay for our first season in the Championship. We'd had back-to-back promotions up until that point. Well, I can tell you that pre-season went quite well. And we had obviously some decent results in there, but obviously we didn't play anybody huge, so that might have been part of the problem. Our first game of the season was against Birmingham at home, and we lost 1-0. But honestly, wasn't that bad a match. It was quite tight throughout. I was fairly happy with how we did. It was a shame to concede a goal on 84th minute, 84 minutes, and that'd be that. But nevertheless, came away with positives. Next game in, 3-0 at home. Away to Preston. Brilliant game. We were superb. I mean, you can tell. We absolutely dominated. So that was really, really good. But unfortunately, after that, it's gone to hell. Fleetwood in the Carabao Cup first round, we lost on penalties. That was unfortunate. Fleetwood are a couple of divisions below us. We then drew with Leeds in the league. Again, wasn't a bad game. We played all right. We just seemed to be a bit blunt up front. And it might be tactical issues. But nevertheless, we didn't beat them. That was a shame. We were favourites at the time. The Millwall game, we were away. We lost 1-0. Realistically, we just, again, defensively, we seemed to play okay, but it's up front. There's issues there. And again, I got a feeling it's tactical rather than anything else, so I got to play around. Sunderland, away, drew 1-1 after going 1-0 up, I believe, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. They went 1-0 up and we drew on 15 minutes. But again, game just stagnated there and never went any further. It was just one of those. And as you can see, how well they did, especially in defence, compared to how well my players played. Again, Oldham players played. I don't understand how we didn't win it, really. But like I say, there's a little bit of work to be done. And, of course, after that, in our last game, which, of course, was televised, at home to Swansea, where we got beaten 2-1. Again, Bakuna had a great game, who I will introduce you to you next, because the other thing to mention, of course, is there have been some signings, but it really didn't go according to plan. I knew I had to strengthen up the midfield. I also knew I had to get rid of players in order to have some wage budget. So, before I bury the lead, we'll go into the transfer history for this season. And if we look at starting off with the players released. Free transfers. Oh, no. Players released. Idiot. There we go. Released players. Rotaccio went. He wasn't really up to still being in the squad. Good potential, but wasn't really going to get anywhere. Rob Hunt left, which might have been a mistake. I should have kept him as a backup at this point. And he's with Salford now. Doing all right for himself, so that's good. Mouche would let go. Again, was thinking about holding on to him. He's now made it to Lincoln. And it's funny, he wasn't worth that much money, I don't think, when he's with us. But I'm glad he's found a new place to go. Mizalou also released him. Doesn't look like he's found a new club yet, which is a shame. But again, his ability and stuff, he just wasn't getting in the team and he's getting upset about it. And Josh Salmon, who, if memory serves, is a player who basically hasn't developed really well enough in terms of, his potential and all the rest of it to still be at the club. So he's moved on too. Beyond that, we've also sold a couple of players. Where are we? All transfers, there we go. Benedettini left. Part of the reason being, as you know, we had McGee leave during the January transfer window. He went off to Middlesbrough and has done all right for himself there. We signed Daniel Iverson just before the window closed, because at the time I think Benedettini was injured anyway and couldn't play. And beyond, obviously, Benedettini, all that we had was a youth keeper. So, turns out we found another keeper, which is Matt Macy. And we did try and sign him pre-season, all the rest of it, but there were one or two issues. Nevertheless, he's now an Oldham player. He came in from Sunderland. He wanted to leave there because he wasn't getting the games. So we got him on a free, and he is our now number one goalkeeper, which I want to keep Daniel Iverson as number 2, which means Benedettini, which is best for his career, needs to move on. And he's now at Birmingham and has yet to kick a ball for him, bless him. But he's probably a backup there as well. But I hope he gets a chance of a better career moving forward. So going back to our purchases again, we have 2 important ones to mention first. These are the first 2 signings, which is Christopher Martins Pereira. He is central midfielder. He's basically going to be... Oh, God, look at the decline on him. I hate that. I'm going to have to tell him off for that. Anyway, he is Marche's replacement, basically. And I was really quite happy to bring him in. At the time, he showed us 3.5 stars and 4.5 stars potential, but as always happens when you bring in somebody better. But he had a lovely pre-season. He did quite well. He's done all right in non-competitive. But yeah, he's not set the world alight like I had hoped so far. I mean, it's early days. He's new. He's a Luxembourger. He's got to fit in. But he is a current international. He is playing close to his full potential, but there is still a bit of room for movement. And despite all this declination I'm seeing here, I thought he was doing all right. So I'm just going to... Oh, I already have told him off. Already been and done that. Next on the list, Janino Bacuna, because again, told you I needed to strengthen up the midfield. It shows him playing best as a winger here, but he does play mostly as a Mazzala for us, or at least very much a central midfield role. He hasn't played in any other position as yet. He's played 6 games, managed 1 goal, with an average rating of 6.82. So again, not setting the world alight. Plus he and the other guy tending to swap places. He's Dutch. Again, new to the team. 3.5 stars current ability, 4.5 stars potential, and like I say, half decent. It's just whether it's the tactics or the way things are going, he just hasn't really made that much of an impact yet, which is a shame. But that was basically my new central midfield. Obviously, we brought in Matt Lacey, but we've had to bring in a couple of loans because there was an issue here. These are the 3 signings, and I'll show you in a minute how bad the wage budget looks. But it was this young man, unfortunately, Christopher Martins Pereira. Pereira. There you go, Pereira. Anyway, never mind. I can't say his name properly. I'm sorry, Christopher. Signing him, despite being a free transfer, we ended up paying out, and I can't remember why, about 200 grand, which came, of course, out of wage budget. So the wage budget was depleted. I had like 4 or 5 players coming in who should have fitted in fine had it not been for that money. I screwed it all up horribly. So I brought him in. He is not necessarily turning out to be as great as he should be, but he does need some time to settle in, bless him. Plus it meant I had nothing left for anybody else. So, like I say, that's the strengthening up of the midfield, and I've brought in 2 loans since then. There are more on the horizon, but don't forget, I already have certain people who I've retained on loan. But I brought in Will Jeffcoat from Southampton. He's a central defender. I kind of brought him in for depth, but look at how good he is. He's 7 games, an average rating of 7.0. He's done brilliantly. So much so he's keeping out who I thought were going to be, my first choice central defenders, which is great because I'm rotating the others and all the rest of it. And obviously he's playing reasonably well. And I would like to add developing here, unlike some of the other players. So he's having a good time, and it's great for us. But like I say, he's keeping 1 or 2 others out. And then we've got Jeremy McIntyre, who's come in from Fulham on loan. Now, he's a right back, because we are so short at fullback, especially with me letting Rob Hunt go. That was a mistake, like I said earlier. But this guy's coming on loan. Only 2.5 stars current ability, but he's still done all right for us. He's had 3 starts, and he's managed an average of 6.7. We do have a right back. It's just that he is there to provide a bit of support. I mean, he can play left back too, and theoretically central defence, but hopefully he won't be needed anywhere other than where he is now. But as you can see, he's developed a little bit since getting here, so that's not awful. And yeah, that's really it. As I say, you see all the people who have left. Most of these, in fairness, like Connor Stanley, are failed youth players who have not... Oh, he's on loan, idiot. Yeah, all of these are on loan. Interesting. I thought I'd sold him. Never mind. Anyway, they're out on loan. That's great. Forget everything I said other than Ella Benedettini. But yeah, so that's the situation with the transfers. At the moment, there's not going to be much movement moving forward. As you can see, there's our wage budget of nearly 112,000, and we're spending 117,000. I got it wrong. I've screwed it up a little bit. We do have some money in the bank at the moment, and interestingly enough, and I don't know where I would show it now, the board agreed. They actually came to me looking to improve some of the facilities, which I agreed to. I can't remember what it was they did now, but I actually got them to agree to spend money on improving the youth facilities this season. So that hopefully will make a bit of a difference for us moving forward. But yeah, unfortunately, I think we're going to end up in the red again at the end of this season because of my mismanagement of the budget. And the problem is I don't really know what to do about it. I've got certain expensive players like... sorry, I keep breathing heavy again tonight. Certain Thierry Ambrose, there you go, £8,000 a week, Thierry Ambrose. I should actually look at the wages, because that's the other thing. Some of the players, in order to keep them, have taken a big jump in wages. But look, as you can see, Gaetano Castrovilli is now on over £10,000 a week, but he is worth 4.2 million. So what are you going to do? Brexit has just kicked in as well, so as a foreigner, he got a work permit, which was great. Janino Bacuna, who just came in, and, well, as you can see, he is, as good as Castrovilli with the potential to be better. He's on £10,000 a week. Thierry Ambrose, who is not at their standard, and, again, I maybe didn't play him enough last season. He's got to go. I can't, that's a lot of... He's our third highest earning player, and, I don't want to keep him at this point if I'm not playing him. Below that, you got Ronan Curtis. Ronan Curtis is part of the rotation up front and on the wings, but he is injured at the moment. Totino, again, key player. I'm glad that he hasn't asked for too much money, but obviously his money's gone up from last season because we had nobody apart from Thierry Ambrose on £8,000 or more. I think he's, gained a couple of grand a week, but like I say, he's worth 2.8 million, so it's not too surprising. Nicky Jose, he's solid, he's stalwart, he's on £5,000. I don't think it's much more than what he was on before, so that's fine. And then Empen and so on and so forth moving down. These are all manageable, but we've got these top four players here who are responsible for a very, very large, top five really, a very large amount of our wage budget, and that's maybe too many. Ambrose needs to go. I think that as sort of star players, that should be my limit, really, of 3, or maybe 4 if you want to include Curtis in there. Curtis, a little bit overpriced in my opinion. He's not done bad this season, don't get me wrong, when he's played, but he's still a little bit overpriced. Anyway, if we go back to the schedule, you see what's happening with the club now. Today's game is at home against Sheffield United, so hopefully we come away with the 3 points from that. And despite this intro being very long, I'm also going to show you the Fulham game as well. Okay, it's time for Oldham at home to Sheffield United. In goal, it's Macy, a back four of Ortaneche, Howkins, Jeffcoat and McIntyre. Nelson and Evans defensive midfield, central midfield, Bacuna, left wing Totino, up front Secchi, and right wing Castrovilli. Castrovilli being our top scorer at the moment, and Totino being our captain. Alright, well, we do need a morale boost. I don't want to tell you to win it, but there you go. It's time to put an end to this poor run of form. Let's make it count against the Blades. Oldham in the blue with the white shorts, and Sheffield United in the yellow with the black shorts. And it is an Oldham kickoff. So yeah, like I say, I didn't manage to sign the sort of players I wanted to because I screwed it up. I had a list of areas that, oh my goodness me, I wasn't paying attention. And that was a bit camp. Castrovilli coming up there and scoring at the near post. Ortaneche finds Nelson. Totino moves forward. Puts a lovely cross in front for Castrovilli to just get on the end and tuck it in at the near post. Well done, Gaetano Castrovilli. Your second goal of the season. The fact that he was joint on one goal is kind of scary. Well, we're 1-0 up. I'm going back to Ortaneche. Nelson puts it out wide. Totino on a run forward again. He's got players in front of him. Oh, and he nearly gets past his man. Jeffcoat puts it out wide for Castrovilli again. Castrovilli looking to the cross. Only into the centre. There was nobody there, unfortunately for him. I do wonder You know what I'm going to do? I'm just... Oh my good God, this chappie's running forward. This chappie here, I want to just do something with his... Okay. That's fine. I apologise. Back to the match. Whoops. Let's go to the pitch first. Good God, he had a lovely run forward until McIntyre tackled him. Bakuna now on the ball. Nelson, ball over for Sechi. Sechi's not found his form yet this season. I mean, he's doing alright so far today, but he's another player that I expect to come good, but already people are showing interest. He signed a new contract. He does have a couple of million release clause. He's probably worth more than that to me, but I do have players in the squad who can can play up front and score goals, so we might need the money in the end, especially with how I screwed the budgets. So, we'll see what happens. But there are other players that are having interest shown in them. Weirdly, though, I don't think Castrovilli's one of them. Come on, Oldham's 31 minutes. Yeah, as far as I know, nobody's looking at him. He is arguably our star player. Norwood with the free kick. Baldock, oh my goodness. Oldham get in the way of it, but it's still with Sheffield United. Lundstrom. Oh, Macy gets on the end of it. We need to have a look at these analyses. Yeah, Mr. Baldock needs to be pressed. Long ball over. Sechi doesn't quite get on it. Ortaneche, Nelson, Totino now coming forward on the ball. Sechi's to his right. He puts it over. Castrovilli has another go. Smith gets in the way this time. He doesn't manage to sneak it in. Corner for Oldham. Castrovilli took it, and it was brilliant, but we never saw it. Evans has been booked, has he? He's off the old tackles there, Mr. Evans. We've had 8 shots on and only 3 on target. That seems to be an issue this season. It might be because I'm not doing the 4-2-4 or a 2-striker formation. I am trying to stick with this, 3 up front with 2 wide players because it makes the best out of who we've got. But I don't know what's going on this season. It might be just my boys Bakuna and Martins Pereira are just having a bit of a struggle to settle in. Mind you, morale's not looking great, is it? Passionately, I know you're capable of even better, especially you, Sechi. I know he's playing as a false 9 at the moment, and that might not be the best situation for him, but it works quite well, or has done, seemingly. What I'm going to do for about 10 minutes is I'm going to let him be what he wants and advance forward on attack. And if he picks his game up, we'll leave it like that. This, incidentally, is a new tactic for this game because of how things have been going on. There's not a lot of instructions in terms of its formation. I went for something a little bit more defensive, playing 2 defensive midfielders. Evans is actually playing as a Segundo Volante, or whatever you call it, Volante, which I haven't used before, but it's sort of the attacking defensive midfielder. Castrovilli on the ball. He's got supporters left. Totino's in the box. He has a go, but Smith gets down for it. Still Oldham 1, Sheffield United 0. 75 minutes gone. And, yeah, we're looking the better side here. Smith with the goal kick. Howkins clears it, but only as far as Rodriguez, who puts the ball over. Oh, they got players in the box. Oh, my good God, a ball over there, and Jay Rodriguez gets on the end of it. This is not great. I'm going to attacking. I think I'm also going to suggest hit earlier crosses and be more direct and a bit faster. We need to be quicker now. I don't fault anybody for that. They just play better. But yeah, Diabate, if that's how you say it. Ball over, lovely for Rodriguez coming up. Nobody was marking him. Lovely crowd of people there, look. But nobody marking the guy near the box by himself. I don't know if that's a fundamental issue. I don't know if it's wrong with my tactics. Let's get creative. Come on, Oldham. I'd like 3 points today. Sechi hasn't picked up. It's too late. I was so distracted by that whole thing that... anyway. Bakuna, Nelson, ball over. Oh, Sechi picks up the loose ball. But nothing comes of it. Cleared by the United goalkeeper. I don't think we're going to get another bite of this apple. I'm ignoring the injury at this point. It's too close to the end of the match. There you go. 1-1. We got a point. 8 on target out of 15 isn't perfect. Oh, I remember what I wanted to do, and I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. Was a tough result to take, more for me than you, but you know, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. You weren't good enough. You should have been better than that. Okay, it's time now for Oldham away at Fulham. In goal, it's Macy, a back four of Ortaneche, Jeffcoat, Howkins and Edwards. Defensive midfield, Evans. Central midfield, Pereira, Bacuna. Left wing, Totino. Right wing, Castrovillian. Up front, it is Secchi. Secchi's holding on to his spot. As you can see, slightly different formation from last time. Let us go. So there is no pressure on us. This game against Fulham is Oldham facing the impossible, so we are not expected to win at all. Morale's a bit in the toilet here. I think that once this game's over, regardless of how it turns out, there needs to be a chat about improving morale a bit, because ever since we lost and got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, we have not recovered. We're still 5 games without a win, I think. Anyway, kick off, Oldham. Now's your chance. Oldham in the blue with the white shorts and Fulham in the white with the black shorts. And it is an Oldham kick-off, and look what I forgot to do. There we go. Come on, Oldham. Ball over from Jeffcoat to Secchi. There's too many long balls forward. Oh. Are they running at us? Not really. I do think, though, I'm going to counter-press them for a bit to see how that goes. Edwards picks up the ball from down the wing. I do feel like we should be progressing forward rather than too much of this lateral business. Might be the way that I've set things up. Oh, Castrovilli's been fouled by Anguissa, how you spell that? Is he going to get booked now? Just telling off. Edwards to Evans. Back to Edwards again. Howkins. Yeah, there's no progression forward here, and I'm not really sure about that. Might be just because... Oh, there we go. Totino's off. He's on a run. Doesn't quite manage to get the cross in. Throw in now for Oldham. Ortaneche finds Evans, who's tackled by Markovic. I think I'm going to go positive, because there just seems to be this disconnect. I don't know if because he's on DLP defend rather than support, for example, but it's like I'm not seeing much progression forward. Castrovilli with the free kick. Cleared, but... oh... Castrovilli getting a telling off, maybe a card. Please, just a telling off. No booking, thank goodness for that. He was just, you know, a little bit rambunctious, that's all. Markovic on the ball for Fulham, puts it out wide, finds Woodburn. Woodburn tackled nicely there. Throw in for Fulham. Bacuna clears it. Not much further up the pitch. Oh, we've dropped down to 19th, have we? Throw in for Fulham. Allison with a cross in. Cleared by Ortaneche. Further by Martins. Castrovilli now finding Secchi. Secchi putting the ball forward. Doesn't quite make Totino. Clearance now. Oh dear, Edwards is going to get in trouble. Please don't book him. He's a lovely young lad. Oh, there we go. Free kick for Fulham. Siri. Woodburn. Just passing it around. They're in. Tete. Oh, he's offside. I thought he'd been fouled in the box then by the Oldham player. Well done, Oldham. I'm going to demand more, though, if you don't mind me saying. I'm not sure if positive was the right move. I do wonder if cautious would have been a better move. Fulham are, of course, the stronger side. Lovely ball over, but again, it's just... It's not ideal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say run the defence a bit. Throw in for Oldham. Edwards finds Evans. And I should put this on key highlights, because otherwise I'll make you watch the whole game like I normally do. 6 minutes in, we are in their half. Oldham free kick, we'll see this, and then I'll go on to key highlights. Martins. Bacuna. Edwards. Martins being Martins Pereira, they just show you Martins. Edwards with another throw in. Evans, Bacuna again, puts a... Oh, Don't know if it was a cross or a shot, but either way, it was not close enough to be anybody to be useful. Let's go on to key highlights. I like that we're attacking, even against Fulham. Evans picks up the loose ball. He's been solid. I think I talked about that last season. He is definitely very, very good. We don't have much in the way of backup for him. How's Sechi doing? Sechi's dropping his game a little bit. Issa no good. Let's get creative. How are we doing? Come on, Oldham. Push forward. I mean, at the moment it's 0-0. Looks like we're having a go. Oh dear, Altaneche's injured. That's no good. Who are we going to bring on instead? There is nobody. I think it's going to have to be Gareth Sinclair, and I feel a bit sorry for Sinclair. Hang on, can Jeff Coate do it? No. How about Hawkins? No. How about Edwards? No. Nobody can play at left back. You know, I'm not going to make Sinclair do it. There's a reason being, Gareth Sinclair has been with us since the start. He's actually youth development, and he's almost getting to the point where he's worth a game in first team. He's had a few. He's doing really well in non-competitive, and I want to give him a try. I mean, he's not going to be a superstar, but like I say, been with us since day one. He gets a game a season, and hasn't done too badly with it. But he's kind of itching now for game time. So, but I don't want to only give him game time where he's going to play badly because I put him in the wrong position. Mr. Nelson, it's up to you. You know, I do wonder. I'm just going to try something out a minute. Put these guys on attack and actually bring these back to support. I know that normally I would have them imbalanced or whatever. Alright, let's go. Don't talk about it too much, just do it. Castorelli with a free kick for Oldham. Finds Sechi and oh, it's just tipped wide. Oh no, it wasn't. Couldn't do that. It's a goal kick. Alright, come on Oldham. Already we're doing better. Oh, Seri with a free kick for Fulham, saved. Oh, and the rebound was saved as well. Nice work from Matt Macy. And it didn't quite make it all the way over the line. So we're all right. I understand that's the rule. Let's get creative. Come on, Oldham. 4 shots, 2 on target. That's got to be an improvement. I'm going to just check the analyses, make sure there's nothing. Oh yeah, there we go. Tom Edwards. Coming up to half time. Okay, well, it's still 0-0. We haven't lost yet. We haven't been too awful either. Passionately. There you go. Dig in. Get that last ounce. I think Sechi's got to come off, though. I stuck with him last time and it didn't pay off. So I'm going to bring on a Jose. And I'm going to drop him into Trecatista mode because he is a good Trecatista. He's played very well as that for me. Who else? Can't do a lot about Nelson, but he seems to be doing alright, so that's good. I think, well, Perea. I'm going to just drop off to get further forward business. I don't think it's necessarily happening. You know what? I think I'm even going to make him a box-to-box. There you go. How's Bakuna Matata. That's the only reason I signed him. He's doing alright. Castrovilli. See, the problem with Castrovilli, not massively consistent. I'll have a brilliant game and then a rubbish one. And then a brilliant game and then a rubbish one. I'd like him to be brilliant every match. It's not asking much, is it? Down here in the Championship. Oh dear. You see, that's the other problem. Tutino being captain, when he doesn't play well, the whole team doesn't do well. And I haven't got anybody to bring on. They're saying McKenna might be the best option. Let's try it. Oh, can I do that? That'll do. We'll try that. I don't want to put him on attack. No, leave him support. We'll leave it like that. Let's go. Kick off for Fulham. We've made all our subs already, so we don't get any further injuries. We had a lot of yellows too. Let's get creative. Oh, throw in for Fulham. Tete, sorry. Not Toto. It was a little bit blurred there for a second. That was terrible tackling. Oh, goodness gracious. We're on positive. I'm going to cautious. Guess get men behind the ball a bit more. And maybe try some early crosses. I don't know that running a defence has helped. Let's be a bit more direct in our passing also. I've had 5 shots, 3 on target. Demand more. Come on, Oldham. We can do this. Castrovilli. Sink him without a trace. Pereira, sink him without a trace. Oh no, he's improved a little bit. Show some passion, maybe? No. Throw in for Fulham. Oh, cleared by Oldham only as far as Tete. O'Reilly's there. And I've got to check the analyses. I just don't want to do it when they're that close. There we go. Ease off tackles there, Mr. Howkins. Don't want you getting sent off. Ball over. Cleared by Jeff Cope, but Fulham are all over us. Oh, God, and there it is. Ben Woodburn, first goal of the season from quite across. They've just... I wonder if I should just be going old favourite. See what happens. I might have my wingers mixed up there with where my Mazzala is, but it seems fine. Anyway, Castrovilli not having the best of days. Jeff Coate not having the best of days. Actually, Jeff Coate's doing alright. It's Kyle Howkins who isn't. Oh dear, that was somebody got bundled over. And it's a yellow. Oh God. George Evans just got sent off. Well, there you go. What a way to end. Just. Fulham with the throw in and the cross. Cleared by Castrovilli. I mean, we've defended quite well today. Even though we've lost 1-0, we have defended very well. Again, up front, we're not achieving anything, and I'm frustrated by that too. So, we weren't supposed to beat Fulham, so I suppose I shouldn't be too upset, but unlucky. I'll take it this time. Alrighty, let's finish up with a quick review. Oldham are down in 22nd. We haven't been this low in the Championship since we got into it. I don't think we've been this low in any division. We're only 8 games in, but as you can see, only having won one of those 8 games is pretty dire. So, I'm going to be having a play around. I mean, we haven't conceded too many goals. We're not like Sunderland who've, been hammered. But it's still not good enough. I mean, we lost against Fulham, we lost against Swansea, we lost against Millwall and Birmingham, and we've drawn with United, Sunderland and Leeds. Preston is still our only win, and where are Preston now? Did I miss them looking up there? No, they're below us. That's fine. The only team we've beaten is only one of 2 teams below us. Interestingly, Coventry are struggling at the start of this season too. They're having a worse time than us. So I'm not too upset by that because, of course, as you know, how things have gone against Coventry. But we are supposed to be doing better than this. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up. Next time you see us, hopefully we will be out of the relegation zone and somewhere near the middle where I agreed with the board that I would finish. I also said that I'd make the Carabao Cup 3rd round and didn't do that. So it might, if I don't do better with Oldham this season, this might be the last season of Pork Pie Sausage Roll. Please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.